So welcome to the Swedish Academy here in Stockholm and this short interview with the Permanent Secretary of the Academy, Mr. Horace Engdahl. Mr. Horace Engdahl, why Jean-Marie Gustave Leclerc this year?
Well, it's nothing about him that makes it particularly necessary to have him this year. But you know, the Nobel Committee and the Academy, we work with a long perspective. We prepare our decisions for years and years. We've been reading Leclerc for, well, at least a decade. And there is no tactical consideration in making him a winner this year. And you must remember that all this fuss that has been as a result of a certain interview by the Associated Press, that came after the real discussion and the real decision by the Academy, so it has nothing to do with that, really.
But he is a humanist. He's described as a humanist.
Yes.
He's interested in ecology, mankind.
Yes.
There's a microcosmos and a microcosmos in his literature. Can you describe?
Well, he has become a very modern writer, which he really wasn't from the beginning, because when he started to cultivate those interests, they weren't as topical as they are today. Ecology wasn't very much talked about in the 1970s, but he was attracted to that because of his interest in foreign cultures, and he soon came to Mexico early. He came to Mexico early, and he lived with Indians in Panama for 4 years. He learned their language and he initiated himself into their mode of thought. And thereby he has become a writer who stands a bit outside of the Western civilization. He's not really a typical Frenchman. He is a nomadic writer. He doesn't really belong anywhere. He's been moving around throughout his oeuvre, from France to North Africa to America to the Indian Ocean and other places, and he is equally at home everywhere, I would say.
Does he represent the kind of person who talks about the survival of the planet, about the survival of humankind?
Well, I think his preoccupation with these subjects has mostly been of a moral nature. That is, it's a question of identifying an essential way of life that is not as denaturated and silly as the normal existence of normal Westerners. And he has given many expressions to that, both of a satirical kind, but also of a utopian kind. He has tried to sketch what a community would be like that discarded all the sort of deficiencies of the modern technical civilization, and he's done that sometimes perhaps in a way that is a bit too beautiful. I can agree, but very often he has had a point.
Last question. The spirit of Alfred Nobel is to honor an author who has some kind of idealistic views. Is it particularly good in this year to honor him? This
formula that you find in the will of Alfred Nobel, it played a role in the beginning of the history of the prize, I say up to 1920 or something, but it doesn't today because we consider all serious literature to be of an ideal direction. So it's not particularly because of that formulation that we give the prize to Leclerc now.
Thank you, Horace Engdahl. Thank you. If you would like more information, go to the official website of the Nobel Foundation, www.nobelprize.org. That is nobelprize.org. Thank you.